making more? What are we praying for? What are we saving for? What if we could be the light that no one could ignore? What are we waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for, love better and you love better. Our love will live on forever. If I love better and you love better, our love will live on forever. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Why are we wasting all the time like someone's wasting more? What are we praying for? What are we saving for? What if we could be the light that no one could ignore? What are we waiting for? 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 What are we waiting for?
Oof. That is one of the best songs of the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. With regards to talking about God, talking about God's people, phenomenal. Why are we wasting time like someone's making more? Why don't we be the light that people couldn't ignore? This is why when I see church, I get enraged. When I see what people are doing. This is why last night I was so incredibly disappointed with what I saw in this person. What came out of this person. Because this is the point, teaching in church has to be better. We've got to raise the bar. We've got to have excellence. Because this song is really to the point. What on earth are we waiting for? As I said in the last one, yeah, the disliker. That person has the same word as I do. They have the same Bible. They can read the words of the Lord. They can read all of that. And if they do not understand what it means, and come on. What are you waiting for? The song is by For King and Country. And definitely designed and written by God. Absolutely. That is one of those songs that I would say that they've done that is most written by God. Of course, yeah, most of their songs are. Together was a phenomenal song during COVID. Yeah, God Only Knows. Amazing song. Beautiful. Joy is a great song. They've done so many wonderful songs. They are, I would say, the group right now who are probably hitting it more where God is. Yeah, right now. They're doing they are listening to God in good ways. And yeah, they allow themselves to be used beautifully. And so, yeah. Yeah. But come on, folks. I say, yeah, God gave his only begotten Son. The Father gave his only begotten Son. That's the point. When it says God gave his only begotten Son, because it mentions Son can't give himself, it has to be Father. Father gave his only begotten Son. Right? Okay. Son was willing to come down and go through everything he went through so that you could have a relationship with Father. And for most people, they're too busy doing church. They're just too busy doing church. And it's so incredibly sad when you look at it. And when you see, was it? Yeah. I remember that point that Abby was her name, Abigail. American young lady who was at the River Church. When she was singing that song, I Want to See Jesus, and I said, excuse me, you already have him. Shouldn't that song say they need to see Jesus? And she got angry. I want to see Jesus, she said. In that sort of tone, she got angry with me. That was suggesting that she shouldn't be singing it. She wants to see. You've already got him. They haven't. We need to be the light that they can't ignore. Rather than we keeping him for ourselves. Ugh. Yeah. Now, again, I'm not saying that she necessarily was saying that she wanted to keep him for herself. What she was saying was that it's at least as important that people that already have him should see him than people that don't have him. And it's like, no, it isn't. It can't be. If the situation stayed exactly as it was, the people that have him, right, already, if the situation stayed exactly as it was, the same people that didn't have him stayed as they were, those people go to hell. In your understanding, they go to hell, you go to heaven. Right? How is that? So again, is that what we're waiting for? Situation. Again. But it's that lack of teaching. It's that... It's that understanding in church that church is as much about you. And the problem is it's not about you. You have God. It's now about God working in you so he could use you to help the people out there. For them to see him in you. And, yeah. People don't want that. The church is full of babies. And that's a problem. It is a problem because, babies just want huggies all the time. They just want to feel safe and protected. And they start crying when they're not. Mature people don't do that. Babies do. Yeah. We are where we are. But yeah. What are we waiting for is an important song. It's a very, very powerful song. It's one that should be played throughout churches all over the world to raise the people of God. But too many churches have people in it that would be too offended by the words in the song. Even though the words in the song are not offensive in any way, shape or form. But when it's suggesting that they're not doing, they get offended. How stupid is that? It's like saying to someone in a nappy, you're a baby, and the baby getting offended with you because of that. Yeah. You're wearing a nappy, you're saying gaga. You're drinking from a bottle with a little teat on it. So, yeah. You're a baby. That's okay. If that's where you are, then that's where you are. If you ain't doing it yet, okay. Don't worry, it doesn't mean that's where you're going to finish. But when you get offended by that, that's where you're going to finish. This is why it's insane to me. The fact that people would get offended by that. Come on. If you get offended, then that is where you finish. Don't get offended by that. Understand that maybe this is what revival is. Yeah, that maybe we have songs that raise us, challenge us. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe that's what it's about. Maybe that's what revival is, and maybe God is sending that through groups like For King and Country. Maybe that's the point. Now, to me, as I say, when people say to me, yeah, the problem is you don't go to church, you don't have worship, that is my worship. Songs like that is my worship. Tell me a church I can go to where I can get stuff like that. Music like that. Tell me where the message can be as strong as that. Tell me, I'll go. But God has provided me stuff like that. So therefore, I'm going to use that. And I'm going to, worship with heart, not head. And I hope that people in church will start to do that. Ridiculous, actually, because somebody said about one of the churches, I think it was, I don't know which church it was, said about the fact that, they worship in truth and in spirit. Yeah, the problem is what that person missed. I think they were referring to the Elgin Community Church of God. But the problem is what that person completely missed when they gave that review of the church is that the Word of God says that they will worship the Father in spirit and truth. They're worshipping Jesus, therefore they're not doing it in spirit and truth. Because the Lord himself, the one you're worshipping, said you're supposed to be worshipping the Father. So again, people are giving churches a pat on the back, or themselves a pat on the back for doing something which is the opposite of what the Son of God said we should be doing. And yet they think they're doing it. Yeah. There you go. Enjoy.